Yes. Now, no, here's a model, an NBH Model 80 made in Germany. Very, very conservative. Just a thing for a journalist like yourself.
Hey, Mr. Brest, now what kind of a bike could I find these tires?
Now, hold on, Mr. Kolchak, will you? Now, you're a reporter, and your function in life is to ask questions, right?
That's right.
Well, since I'm a motorcycle dealer, isn't it fair that it's my function in life to sell you a motorcycle, especially since I own this store?
Absolutely right, Mr. Preston. Absolutely right. Now, can you answer my question?
No, we're not here to sell you a motorcycle today, but to look at over 500 on display at the National Motorcycle Museum in Anamosa, Iowa. Join us as we race into history with this amazing collection of motorcycles and memorabilia dating back to the late 1800s. My name's Kerry Trent, and this is Wheels of the Past. Founded in 1989, the museum offers cross-country travelers and bike enthusiasts from all walks of life an amazing display of rare brand-name bikes, many unheard of for over a century. Dozens of vintage Triumph, Harley-Davidson, and Indian bikes are littered throughout the facility, as well as breathtaking displays such as this one from the film classic Easy Rider. This hard-ridden 47 Indian wouldn't cause many bike collectors to cross the road, but it has some real history beneath this old sleeping bag. It was owned by legendary film star Steve McQueen, one of a large array of classic cars and motorcycles he cherished throughout his career.
Dave! Doc Hallen's been killed.
Doc Hallen, what happened?
It's over at his place. You gotta come now.
Now, wait a minute, Steve. Tell us what happened.
Well, I'm trying to tell you. Now, this thing had killed the doc.
Well, what was it?
Stop with it, kid. Well, it's kind of like a mass that keeps getting bigger and bigger.
McQueen's first leading role was in a 1958 sci-fi thriller about a flesh-eating amoeba from outer space, before finding fame as the smooth-talking bounty hunter Josh Randall in the Western drama Wanted, Dead or Alive. After co-starring in 1960's The Magnificent Seven, he established himself as a superstar in the 1963 Hollywood classic, The Great Escape.
Los, aufstehen!
An experienced motorcycle rider, McQueen performed many of the stunts during the filming himself. And in 1968, he went on to do the majority of the San Francisco auto chase scenes in his best-known film, Bullitt.
What the hell is going on here? A high-speed pursuit? 2 men are killed? An officer in the hospital? A witness almost murdered?
You believe what you want.
You work your side of the street, and I'll work mine.
Steve McQueen and Paul Newman race against time as one tiny spark becomes a night of blazing suspense. The towering inferno.
It's out of control, and it's coming your way.
Gaining the reputation as the world's highest paid actor, Steve played the fire captain in 1974's epic The Towering Inferno before dropping out of the spotlight to enjoy his cars and motorcycles. McQueen was a huge bike collector, and when he wanted to ride away from his incredibly hectic world, this was one of his favorites. He named it after the monster in his first movie, The Blob. From Anamosa, we're driving down to Missouri and right past the tallest man-made monument in the Western Hemisphere. Gateway to the West, the 630-foot arch is one of the most popular attractions in Middle America and has become an internationally recognized symbol of St. Louis. St. Louis is also home to Daniel Schmitt Classic Car Gallery, where we're going to check out a rare Hudson convertible today with a surprising story behind it. Dan Schmitt offers a wide variety of antique cars, including this classic Corvette. Since the mid-50s, their gallery has specialized in investment-grade domestic antique cars, exotics, and Rolls-Royce. General Manager John Sherman has invited us over to look at a special 1950 Hudson Commodore, also once owned by Steve McQueen. Introduced in 1941, the Commodore was the largest and most luxurious member of the Hudson family.
Time between the glory days and the golden years, she did the work of 28 men. Just wanted to ride in a Hudson Commodore.
Following World War II, Hudson engineers went to work quickly to produce an all-new car, and in December 1947, the redesigned Commodore was one of the first post-war automobiles to be released.
Hello. Welcome to the Billy Rose Show. The Hudson Motor Car Company and your Hudson dealer are glad that you've joined us. Right now, I'd like you to see something you'll want to remember. As a matter of fact, you'll be seeing more of it every day. We call it the Mark of Performance Unlimited. That's because it identifies the fabulous new Hudson Hornet, the car that brings you miracle H-power in its sensational new high-compression H145 engine. And look at the low-built beauty and streamlining. Yes, it's no wonder that the Hudson Hornet is the best news in motoring today. I recommend that you drive it soon.
Launching the company's new step-down bodies, the redesigned Commodore for 1948 offered a lower center of gravity than most contemporary cars. Rather than crawl up into the seat, passengers stepped down into the vehicle, resulting in greater comfort and better road handling. With a character body line that ran from front to back, the new styling was so popular it carried over into 1949 and 50 with only nominal changes.
It's been proven time and time again that the people who try Hudson are the people who buy Hudson, America's best-built car.
Steve McQueen's nickname was the King of Cool, and this Hudson Commodore convertible is about as cool as it gets. A legend among auto collectors, McQueen loved classic Hudsons and owned 3 of them, including this custom Commodore convertible. One of only 700 built in 1950, the retired actor drove it frequently around Southern California before his death in 1980. Hello, John.
Hey, Kerry.
Thank you very much for having us today. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, my pleasure. I know you came to look at this Hudson of Steve McQueen's, but I have a couple other cars I think you might be interested in seeing as well.
Oh, wonderful. We'd love to see them.
This is a 1935 Chrysler Airflow that was restored and owned by Steve McQueen, who later sold it to Carroll Shelby. And
wow. Carroll Shelby, the Mustang man.
Carroll Shelby, the Mustang man. They were very good friends. And Steve was a huge collector of cars, and this was one of his personal collection that Carroll Shelby ended up with, wow, which is kind of interesting.
And this monstrous black Cadillac, tell us about this.
This was owned and used by Howard Hughes in the 40s to get back and forth to the movie studios. That was his personal car, and
Millionaire Howard Hughes.
Millionaire Howard Hughes, and it's a Cadillac 75 series, top of the line. Nothing but the best for him.
So. How about that? And then, of course, what we came to look at.
Of course,
today.
You came to look at one of Steve McQueen's favorite cars that he was seen all over Hollywood driving in the 70s, 1950 Hudson Commodore convertible. That he was a big Hudson man, loved him, and of course, being a convertible, this was one of his favorites.
Now, tell us a little bit about your place here. Y'all been in business for quite a while.
Since 1989, and have a worldwide business of thousands and thousands of customers that we service all over the world.
Wow, what a great place you have here. You have a lovely, lovely place on this cold, snowy day in St. Louis.
Day. Most of our business is internet, so that doesn't bother us.
Thank you, John, for having us.
Thanks so much for coming.
Thanks
so much for coming.
And what a bonus for us here on our trip to St. Louis to find Howard Hughes' 1940 Cadillac. American investor Howard Hughes invented and flew some of the fastest airplanes in the world. This Series 75 executive limousine was Hughes' personal car for a time and one of only 48 examples produced by Cadillac in 1940. With only 63,000 miles, it is a true testament of the greatness and style of its former owner. Alongside Steve McQueen from St. Louis, thank you for watching Wheels of the Past.
Roll camera. Oh.
Do that again, Kerry.
All right, wait, you gotta clap, clap.
Howard Hughes, take one. How cool a 1940 Cadillac belonging to the When I do these lines I'm not prepared for, I get messed up. We're gonna do several. All right. How cool to be with this 1940 Cadillac owned by Howard Hughes. Howard Hughes died of too much cramping. Too much cramp.